have a backup plan or a safety net to catch my fall. I put every chip I had on you and gave the game my all. It's Tuesday, February 3, 2026, and the winter light is cold. Watching the cracks begin to spread in the story that we told. I didn't love you in metaphor or in shaded poetry. I loved you with the naked truth of everything in me. There was no exit strategy, no hidden door to find. I left my whole heart open for the world to leave behind. You played your cards so close to you, you kept your spirit veiled, while I was the open ocean where your anchor always failed. The air is getting thinner as the silence settles in, and I loved you honest with a soul that couldn't lie. I gave you the vulnerable parts beneath the bleeding sky. I didn't hide the shadows, I didn't fake the smile. I walked beside you unprotected every lonely mile. It's a different kind of aching, a different kind of blue, knowing I loved you honestly, and it wasn't enough for you. I saw your favorite red sitting dusty on the shelf, and realized I haven't hummed a single note for myself. You were looking for a version that was polished, smooth and bright, but I gave you the jagged edges in the middle of the night. The 2020 sticks frost is settled on the glass, watching every minute of my sentence slowly pass. I'm a pilot with no signal, I'm a sailor with no land, drowning in the truth that you could never understand. They say that games are played to keep the flame alive, but I didn't want to cheat just so we could both survive. I laid my cards out on the table, face up and bleeding red, and now I'm starving on the words that we never should have said. Wasn't enough for you. No masks, no lies, just a quiet reflection in these tired eyes. February 3rd, the light is fading slow. I loved you honestly, and that's why it's so hard to let you go. Staring at the wall, peeling in the hole, right where we marked our heights against the kitchen wall. And the winter is gray, watching every forever simply wither away. You told me you were anchored, you told me you were sure, but I'm drifting in a silence I can't ignore. I found the silver locket tucked inside the drawer, a hollow little vessel that don't mean a thing anymore. You built a castle out of whispers and a veil. I moved my whole life in, but you were never there. I'm holding on to smoke while the fire starts to fade. And they're just empty promises shattered on the floor, like broken glass behind a locked and bolted door. You gave me words like diamonds, but they were only ice, leaving me to pay the lonely heavy price. I'm a prisoner of the vows you never meant to keep, drowning in the promises that are buried fathoms deep. I saw your favorite record sitting dusty in the stand, beside the blueprints of the future that we planned. You swore we'd see Japan when the cherry blossoms bloom. Now I'm just haunted in this February room. I'm thinking every better for the people on the street, while I'm breaking into fragments where the dark and lonely meet. The frost is on the pane and the clocks are standing still. If the sorrow doesn't break me, then the silence surely will. Is there a graveyard for the lies that sounded like the truth? A monument for all the wasted years of youth. I'm talking to a ghost, I'm shouting at the dark, trying to find the pulse in a dead and frozen spark. just the quiet echo of your last goodbyes. February 3, 20 where you sit. The winter's biting deep. I'm burying the promises that I can no longer keep. I'm staring at the Whopper, peeling in the hall, right where we marked our heights against the kitchen wall. And the winter is gray, watching every forever simply wither away. You told me you were anchored, you told me you were sure, but I'm drifting in a silence I can't ignore. I found the silver locket tucked inside the drawer, a hollow little vessel that don't mean a thing anymore. You built a castle out of whispers in a veil. I moved my whole life in, but you were never there. I'm holding on to smoke while the fire starts to fade. And they're just empty promises, shattered on the floor, like broken glass behind a locked and bolted door. You gave me words like diamonds, but they were only ice, leaving me to pay the lonely, heavy price. I saw your favorite record sitting dusty in the stand, beside the blueprints of the future that we planned. You swore we'd see Japan when the cherry blossoms bloom. Now I'm just haunted in this February. I'm faking every better for the people on the street, while I'm breaking into fragments where the dark and lonely meet. The frost is on the pane and the clocks are standing still. If the sorrow doesn't break me, then the silence surely will. Is there a graveyard for the lies that sounded like the truth? A monument for all the wasted years of youth? I'm talking to a ghost, I'm shouting at the dark, trying to find the pulse in a dead and frozen spark. And they're just empty promises, shattered on the floor, like broken glass behind a locked and bolted door. You gave me words like diamonds, but they were only ice, leaving me to pay the lonely, heavy price. I'm a prisoner of the vows you never meant to keep, drowning in the promises that are buried fathoms deep. Empty vows, empty eyes, just the quiet echo of your last goodbyes. February 3, 2026, the wind is biting deep. I'm burying the promises that I can no longer keep. The closet is a canyon, and the drawers are wide and bare. I'm breathing in the oxygen, but there's no one in the air. It's Tuesday, February 3, 2026, and the winter light is thin, watching all the shadows where I always should have been. I didn't hold back secrets, I didn't keep a spare. I gave you every heartbeat and I gave you every prayer. I laid my future on the altar, I burned the bridge behind, just to be the anchor for a heart I thought was mine. I poured my soul into your cup until the rim was overflowing. I was the fire in your darkness while you were busy going. I'm a vessel with no water, hitting solid ground, because I gave you everything. I gave you all I had, the vulnerable, good and the shattered and the sad. I didn't save a fragment, I didn't save a breath. I loved you through the living and I loved you through the death. Now I'm looking in the mirror at a man I don't recognize, searching for the person who was lost inside your eyes. Yeah, I gave you everything. I saw your favorite record sitting dusty on the shelf and realized I haven't hummed a single note for myself. I traded in my passions, I traded in my pride, to be the silent witness by your steady side. The 2020 Civics frost has settled on the glass, watching every minute of my lonely sentence pass. I'm a pilot with no signal, I'm a sailor with no land, searching for the pieces of the life that we had planned. They say that love is balance, a rhythm of the two, but I was just a satellite orbiting around you. And now the gravity is gone and I'm drifting into space, with nothing left of me but this empty, haunted place. slow soaring, and saturated in weeping delay, climaxing in a sharp emotional bend that sounds like a voice breaking mid-sentence. Because I gave you everything, I gave you all I had, the vulnerable, good and the shattered and the sad. I didn't save a fragment, I didn't save a breath. I loved you through the living and I loved you through the death. Now I'm looking in the mirror at a man I don't recognize, searching for the person who was lost inside your eyes. Yeah, down to the bone, and now I'm all alone. February 3, 2026, the winter's biting deep. Yeah, gave you everything, and it's a debt I'm forced to keep. And it's a debt I'm forced to keep in a final soft piano note.
I didn't have a backup plan or a safety net to catch my fall. I put every chip I had on you and gave the game my all. It's Tuesday, February 3, 2026, summer when light is cold, watching the cracks begin to spread in the story that we told. I didn't love you in metaphor or in shaded poetry. I loved you with the naked truth of everything in me. There was no exit strategy, no hidden door to find. I left my whole heart open for the world to leave behind. You played your cards so close to you, you kept your spirit veiled, while I was the open ocean where your anchor always failed. The air is getting thinner as the silence settles in, and I loved you honestly, with a soul that couldn't lie. I gave you the vulnerable parts beneath the bleeding sky. I didn't hide the shadows, I didn't fake the smile. I walked beside you unprotected every lonely mile. It's a different kind of aching, a different kind of blue, knowing I loved you honestly, and it wasn't enough for you. I saw your favorite record sitting dusty on the shelf and realized I haven't hummed a single note for myself. You were looking for a version that was polished, smooth and bright, but I gave you the jagged edges in the middle of the night. The 2026 frost is settled on the glass, watching every minute of my sentence slowly pass. I'm a pilot with no signal, I'm a sailor with no land, drowning in the truth that you could never understand. They say that games are played to keep the flame alive, but I didn't want it wasn't enough for you. No masks, no lies, just the quiet reflection in these tired eyes. February 3rd, the light is fading slow. I loved you honestly, and that's why it's so hard to let you go.
Porch light's been burning a hole in the February sky, a beacon for a traveler who never did stop by. It's Tuesday, 2026, and the moonlight is looking thin. I'm tired of the draft that the empty doorway lets in. I've kept your favorite sweater on the hook beside the coat, and I've memorized the handwritten note you never actually wrote. The kettle stopped whistling and the clock has lost its beat, while the silence in the kitchen is finally complete. I've been a lighthouse standing on a cliff made of sand, waiting for a ship that never intended to land. The oil is running dry, the glass is turning black, and I'm still waiting, even though the fire's gone, looking for your shadow in the static of the dawn. I'm a prisoner of the someday, a ghost at the gate, trading in my spirit for a heart that's forced to wait. The world is moving forward, the seas are start to spin, but I'm still waiting for the life that could have been. I saw your old keys sitting dusty in the jar, beside the Polaroids of us when we didn't look so far. I used to check the driveway every time I heard a sound, but now I'm just a shadow standing on the solid ground. The 2026 frost is biting at the pain, while I'm watching every minute of the January rain. I'm a pilot with no signal, I'm a sailor with no land, holding on to promises that you didn't understand. Is there a limit to the patience? Is there a bottom to the well? How much of this absence is a person meant to tell? I'm talking to the curtains, I'm shouting at the door, but the echo only tells me you don't live here anymore. I'm forced to keep.
The closet is a canyon, and the drawers are wide and bare. I'm breathing in the oxygen, but there's no one in the air. It's Tuesday, February 3, 12:26, and the winter light is thin. Watching all the shadows where I always should have been. I didn't hold back secret, I didn't keep a spare. I gave you every heartbeat, and I gave you every prayer. I laid my future on the altar, I burned the bridge behind, just to be the anchor for a heart I thought was mine. I pour my soul into your cup till the rim was overflowing. I was the fire in your darkness while you were busy going. I'm a vessel with no water, hidden solid ground, because I gave you everything. I gave you all I had, the vulnerable good and the shattered and the sad. I didn't save a fragment, I didn't save a breath. I loved you through the living, and I loved you through the dead. Now I'm looking in the mirror at a man I don't recognize, searching for the person who was lost inside your eyes. Yeah, I gave you everything. I saw your favorite record sitting dusty on the shelf, and realized I haven't hummed a single note for myself. I traded in my passions, I traded in my pride, to be the silent witness by your steady side. The 2020 stitch falls, is settled on the glass, watching every minute of my lonely sentence pass. I'm a pilot with no signal, I'm a sailor with no land, searching for the pieces of the life that we had planned. They say that love is balance, a rhythm of the two, but I was just a satellite orbiting around you. And now the gravity is gone, I'm drifting into space with nothing left of me but this empty haunted place. right down to the bone. Everything, and now I'm all alone. February 3, 2026, the winter's biting deep. I gave you everything and it's a debt I'm forced to keep. The suitcase didn't rattle, and the floorboards didn't groan. It was the quietest departure that I've ever known. It's Tuesday, February 3, 2026, and the winter is thin, tracing out the hollows where your laughter should have been. I saw you practicing your distance in the way you drank your tea, creating little islands where there used to be a we. You weren't running from a fire, you weren't running from the rain. You were just educating every nerve to live with the pain. You didn't break the mirrors, you didn't slam the door. You just decided you didn't belong to me anymore. The ghost of your intention was written in the air. And there was a love that learned to leave, a heart that found a way to turn a forever into a day yesterday. It didn't happen all at once, it was a slow motion retreat, watching every promise admit its own defeat. Now the hallway is a highway, and the bedroom is a ghost, haunted by the version of you that I love the most. I found a stray receipt from a movie in July, back when we were laughing and the well was never dry. But even then the shadows were starting to grow long, a subtle little dissonance inside our favorite song. You started packing up your spirit long before you took your bags. Now I'm just a sailor left with tattered silver flags. The 2026 frost has settled on the glass, watching every minute of my sentence slowly pass. Is there a graduation for a soul that's moving on? A ceremony for the light when the farewell, leaving me with nothing but this private little hell. February 3rd, the winter's biting deep. A love that learned to leave is a secret I've gotta keep. Porch light's been burning a hole in the February sky, a beacon for a traveler who never did stop by. It's Tuesday, 2020, set between the moonlight is looking thin. I'm tired of the draft that the empty doorway lets in. I've kept your favorite sweater on the hook beside the code, and I've memorized the handwritten notes you never actually wrote. The kettle stopped whistling and the clock has lost its beat, while the silence in the kitchen is finally complete. I've been a lighthouse standing on a cliff made of sand, waiting for a ship that never intended to land. The oil is running dry and the glass is turning black, and I'm still waiting, even though the fire's gone, looking for your shadow in the static of the dawn. I'm a prisoner of the someday, a ghost at the gate, trading in my spirit for a heart that's forced to wait. The world is moving forward, the seasons start to spin, but I'm still waiting for the life that could have been. I saw your old keys sitting dusty in the jar beside the Polaroids of us when we didn't look so far. I used to check the driveway every time I heard a sound, but now I'm just a shadow standing on the solid ground. The 2026 frost is biting at the pain, while I'm watching every minute of the January rain. I'm a pilot with no signal, I'm a sailor with no land, holding on to promises that you didn't understand. Patience, is there a bottom to the well? How much of this absence is a person meant to tell? I'm talking to the curtains, I'm shouting at the door, but the echo only tells me you don't live here anymore.
looking for your shadow in the static of the dawn. I'm a prisoner of the someday, a ghost at the gate, trading in my spirit for a heart that's forced to wait. The world is moving forward, the seasons start to spin, but I'm still waiting for the life that could have been. In the middle of the night, February 3, 2026. The winter's biting deep, and I'm still waiting for a dream I'm forced to keep. The suitcase didn't rattle, and the floorboards didn't groan. It was the quietest departure that I've ever known. It's Tuesday, February 3, 2026, and the winter is thin, tracing out the hollows where your laughter should have been. I saw you practicing your distance and the way you drank your tea, creating little islands where there used to be a we. You weren't running from a fire, you were running from the rain. You were just educating every nerve to live with the pain. You didn't break the mirrors, you didn't slam the door. You just decided you didn't belong to me anymore. The ghost of your intention was written in the air, and it was a love that learned to leave, a heart that found the way to turn a forever into a dead yesterday. Didn't happen all at once, it was a slow motion retreat, watching every promise admit its own defeat. Now the hallway is the highway, and the bedroom is a ghost, haunted by the version of you that I love the most. Found a stray receipt from a movie in July, back when we were laughing and the well was never dry. But even then the shadows were starting to grow long, a subtle little dissonance inside our favorite song. You started packing up your spirit long before you took your bags. Now I'm just a sailor left with tattered silver flags. The 2026 frost is settled on the glass, watching every minute of my sentence slowly pass. Is there a grass leaving me with nothing but this private little hell. February 3rd, the water's biting deep. A love that learned to leave is a secret I've gotta keep.